Hey there guys, Clever here. I thought I would start a new Let's Play series. We're going to be playing some Zeus, Master of Olympus. I love this game. I really love this game. This is like one of the games of my childhood. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are in the same situation as well. They're just absolutely in love with it. Yeah, I've still got the game, the actual hard disk CD for my old PC. Obviously it wouldn't work on this one. This is the GOG edition, so there's a little nice tab here to take us to the GOG website. There's also the Poseidon expansion in here, which I've never played, but I have played the Zeus games, and I'm up for doing that again. So if you want to join me, then just watch along. Watch along. Here we go then. Now I did a little test run here with Clever, so we'll just delete that guy. Yeah, we'll delete that guy and create him again. Clever, but we're in the Greek time, so maybe it's Clevorius. Yeah, Clevorius. Yeah, that works. Okay, so adventures here. There's quite a few to choose from. Now there are quite a few custom adventures as well that you can choose. Like you can go and download them and just add them into your save files and like that someone else has made that are pretty cool. But let's just stick with the standard ones for now. Now in this Let's Play, I don't know how far we're going to take it. Maybe we'll do the whole thing. But I think to start with, let's start with Zeus and Europa. That sounds good to us. Look at that. Big bronze guy there. Gods, mortals and monsters will all try to prevent you from leading Thebes to glory. This adventure is fairly easy and consists of 8 episodes. Okay. It looks like they get more difficult, and then you can do sandbox games as well. That's cool. But let's start with this one.
Follow a cow? The priestess from the oracle said to follow a cow? A peculiar command, to be sure, but then the priestess is never wrong. She promised that great things would come to the person who follows her cow until it lays down to sleep, and then builds a city on the spot. This person will be able to achieve something that 4 powerful men failed to achieve, and finally bring Europa back to Greece. The beautiful Europa was abducted years ago by a white bull, and has not been seen since. And thus the priestess's bovine-centric prophecy came to an end. The cow did not choose a very good spot. She fell asleep a short distance from a hideous multi-headed serpent that purportedly belongs to Ares. The monster is always ravenously hungry and eats everything that comes near him. Building a city here won't be easy, but the promised reward is irresistible.
Irresistible. So we followed this cow and yeah, sat down and laid down somewhere a bit stupid, but whatever. And we've got to rescue Europa. I mean, to us Europa is a planet, but of course all the planets were named after Greek and Roman gods and things like that, so that's cool. The difficulty level here, mortal? What does it go up to? Olympian, yeah, no. Let's not do it at Olympian. It goes all the way down to beginner, mortal, hero. I don't know. Now this is an easy level, it says. But I haven't played Zeus in a while. And yeah, we won't go for beginner. I think we might go for mortal though. Is that okay with you guys? I hope so, because we're doing it. Maybe next time we'll go a bit more difficult. So let's have a little look around here. This is a nice bit of marble. Okay. Oh, this is... I'm looking at the little mini-map here. This is a huge area. Oh, wow. How far does it go over here? Okay. Okay, yeah. Just keeping an eye on the little mini-map here. This is a huge amount of space. Cool. So what we're going to do is we're going to pause the game. And what were the objectives again? Population of 1,000. We could do that. We could do that quite easily. So, yeah, what better spot to just start on this corner. Here we go. Now, I know everyone really has a different building technique when they're going for Zeus. Like, you just find something that works nice for you and then stick with it, I guess. I've seen a few people do different things. Of course, we're getting spammed here because these plots are too far from a road. And they will disappear, but they will disappear eventually. But we've got the game paused, so it really doesn't matter. Yeah, so let's start with this. And yeah, we'll get a few people into the village. Now, what kind of food can we work on? Is there any fish? I guess there's one way to find out. Can we... Oh, the Hydra! Oh, this is the Hydra. Okay, so he's... Our stinging bites are our gifts to you. Thank you very much, Hydra. How pleasant. How nice of you. So I don't think we'll be getting any marble anytime soon. Yeah, probably not. We've got the guys coming in here. Yeah, I was looking at the food. Let's have a look here. We can do wheat, which is always a good one to get. Growers Lodge, and oh, we can also get dairy for goats. Yeah, that's right. We can get cheese then. Cool. So we're pretty much set up here. We're really well set up. Okay. Unfortunately, all of the stuff, all of the buildings are miles away. So we can either build a bridge, which we might not have access to. Okay, we do. We do have access to a bridge, so we can do it over here, which is nice and close. Or we can do it all the way over here, all the way up here, and have a food production here. It makes sense to just go over the bridge. It makes a lot more sense. Oh, there we go. 100 people already. While we're at it, let's look at a few things like fire safety. Safety first, of course, every single time, and then the fountain as well. And you know what? Let's go for the infirmary as well. We don't want anyone to. We don't want plague to break out, because that sucks. Nobody likes a good plague. Okay. So the water guys are doing their thing. We can probably block off that as well. So they're just going to loop around. This probably isn't enough houses here. Yeah. 70% unemployment though. Okay. We should probably get started. In fact, we're going to clear these bits of trees to start with. We don't want them. I'm sure there's loads of other trees we can use later in the game if we do need some wood. Let's start a wheat farm then. Try and squeeze them in. I do like squeezing them in as much as possible. Yeah, nothing there. That's cool. Okay. That probably might be enough for now, actually. Let's do that. And with this little space down here, which has no... none of these little... I don't even know what this is. Oh, this is meadow. That's what it is. Yeah. So there's no meadow down here, so what we can do is we can go for where are we looking? A maintenance office, of course. We don't want these buildings to collapse. So yeah, we'll get the maintenance guy in there. That's cool. And of course we need a connection to the road. Now, yeah, we probably want to go for some storage as well. So we can go for both a granary and we could go for a storehouse. Which one would we need the most? Whatever, we'll go for them both, I think. And that can have its own. Instead of this guy coming up and wasting his time, let's wait till it's gone. Yeah, that can have its own maintenance office there. Nice. Nice, I'm happy with that. We've not spent too much money. We should be okay. How's the unemployment situation going? Oh, we need a few workers. How am I going to do this? Ooh. Mount Sitharion becomes hostile. This is the world map, of course. We can have a look down here at who is our ally and who is hostile. Looks like there's only one guy that's our rival here. Sitharion? Yeah, that sounds about right, doesn't it? I guess. Elysius? Okay, yes. Mount Pelion, that's an easy one to pronounce. Calydon. Cool. Cool. So, what kind of stuff do these guys buy? Of course, we want to think about making a bit of money. This guy buys wheat, which is perfect. Oh, this guy's a rival as well. It looks like we had a trade route, but we don't. We don't. He's a rival. So yeah, Mount Pelion, he buys wheat. That should be spot on then. Let's go for a palace as well. Where are we going to stick this palace? Maybe kind of out the way. Do we want a palace? Maybe not. Tell you what we'll do. Let's get a little common agora here. And we'll go for a food vendor. And so we've got the fleece and the oil vendors, but we don't. There's no point in having them yet. Cool. I think we should probably expand a little bit. There we go. Otherwise we're going to have a not an unemployment problem, an employment problem. Yeah, there we go. And I'll tell you what, let's stick these down here as well. Get rid of that roadblock and move it down there. Cool. That seems pretty good for now. I don't want to go too overboard at the moment. I don't want to go too overboard yet. Tell you what, maybe we can go for another wheat farm. We do need a few workers, but then we've just doubled the population. So, yeah, let's go for a few more wheat farms. Yeah, something like this. Okay, there we go. And we've got a little path going out here, but we're not going to... I made room for a little path here, but we're not going to use that yet. Now let's just double check if this guy can stretch that far. In fact, we might get rid of this. And just see. No, you're going the wrong way. Why would you go that way? Just exploring a little bit. We kind of don't want him that way. We want them to... I want to see if they'll go up this way. I mean, we could squeeze a path in there. Yeah, that might do. Okay. Okay, alright, so we'll keep an eye on this. This might not be ideal. We just don't want anything to burn down. If we look at hazards here, it's fine. It's fine. Everywhere else looks fine as well. Okay. Cool. So what I will do... Oh, this guy's going to invade us. Pythian Games. Great tragedies and... Great... if I can get my words out. Great tragedies and delightful comedies will be performed in the Pythian Games. But without anyone from our city, because our city doesn't have any actors. Oops. But that's not a problem. That's the least of our concerns, because this guy's invading us in 2 months. So we need to get our act together. We definitely need a palace then, which I will stick... where's the best spot for it? That's probably a really bad place, but whatever. I'm going to put it there. Because then we can get a few troops, which looks like we really need. In 1 month time. Oops. And of course, actually, with this palace, we can now go for a tax office to make a little bit of money off our guys. Yeah, I mean, I'm tempted to... Whatever, yeah, whatever, that'll do. We can, if we need the room, we can trash that later. Cool, so the wheat has finally been harvested. And this guy is here, actually. We can just bribe him 600 drachmas. Screw it, let's do that, whatever, that's... We had the money for it, and there was no way we could fight him off because we had no... There's no troops, look. So yeah, that'll do, we'll just bribe him. Cool. So yeah, the wheat is here, and we've got the agora going. She's going back for more, actually. She's going back for a little bit more. Okay. Those guys just appear from nowhere and just carry it for her. I wonder if they work for the agora.
So the vendor was like, hurry up with those goods. And I was like, whatever. The vendor's such a dork.
Okay, well, yeah. I wonder if they work for the granary or if they work for the agora here. Maybe I'm thinking too deeply in it. So I think we've made a good start, actually. We're a quarter of the way there. I'm a little bit reluctant to do too much building here, just in case we run out of money. I think one of the good things we probably should do, actually, is go for a trade route with... Was it Mount Pelion? Which buys wheat? Yeah. So we're going to need a little bit of money, so yeah. Let's definitely do that. Cool. So we are selling wheat, yeah. But we have a limit. I mean, I've always had the problems with, you know, when you build a trading post, these trading posts have so much space on them that sometimes they just suck up all of the available wheat. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to limit the amount of wheat to 24, which is what we can trade per year anyway. So it'll never be over what we can trade per year. So yeah, we won't like, people won't be going hungry, but then the trader is just full of wheat, which I can remember sometimes happening. Okay, so to evolve, these buildings need cultural venues. Look, if we look here, every single one of these are terrible. Panhellenic, our likely standing in the Panhellenic Games is terrible. So the easiest one to do is usually athletes. So let's drop an athlete there. You know what, actually, whatever. Let's go for a college, and I'm sure. Oh, we just hit 500 people. That's halfway towards our goal. That's fantastic. I'm sure the appeal, yeah, has dropped dramatically there. It's terrible browns. So what we're going to do, we do have a victory monument here. Look at that, yeah. A commemorative monument to remember the time we bribed off those attacking forces. Let's see what that's done to the appeal. Yeah, whatever, that's fine. I'm happy with that. We've got a gift of 5 jugs of olive oil from Argos. Nice one, Argos, thank you. He actually sells olive oil and he sells fleece, which is kind of exactly what we want. Is there anyone that buys fleece? Oh, we've got Libya as well. I forgot about that. So Libya, you can't attack Libya. You can't request troops because they're too far away. Of course, this is Greece. Libya's down on the African coast somewhere, so they're not going to send troops. But we can trade with them, and they buy fleece. They also sell olives. So if we wanted to be a little bit cheap, or if we had a problem with unemployment, we could buy the olives and press them ourselves, possibly into olive oil, which of course we need for our houses. So that's another option there, but they do buy fleece, which is probably pretty good for us. Yeah, I mean, we can think about getting fleece here. I bet these guys want fleece nowadays, don't they? Yeah, okay, they want fleece, so we could get some fleece. I mean, we've got a little bit of space here, so we could do it all here actually. Instead of just dedicating this area purely to wheat, we could yeah, we could go for a few carding sheds. Of course, we've got the dairy as well. We could do that, a few dairy sheds. But let's go for these, what, is it carding sheds? Yeah. For the fleece, we've got this area here of where there's no meadows. So yeah, let's try and squeeze it in a little bit. There we go. Don't really think it can squeeze in anymore, so we'll do that, and something like that. How many buildings? That's 4. I don't know how many we're going to need. Let's go with 5, and then we'll squeeze them in here. One of the things we might do is just kind of trap them in. I know that's a little bit of a waste of money there, but we don't want them roaming too far, so we'll just squeeze them all in there. Olympian Games there. That message, I just skipped it instantly. Here we go. Spam clicking the sheep. Who knows where they come from? I'm not a god. I'm not a god, so I don't know where they come from. So that should be enough. I mean, it doesn't look like there's many, but there's dozens of sheep just standing exactly on top of each other there. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, that'll do. Let's see how much... yeah, let's keep an eye on the amount of wheat we get there. Right, so all the wheat has... let's keep an eye on the amount of fleece we get there. And I said wheat because I got distracted by all this wheat being produced. One of the things I was curious about is if we have the storage capacities.
The only room for these goods in the city is right here in my cart.
Looks like we don't. we don't. But we can do something about that. We can do something about that. But I think we might do something about that next episode, guys, because I'm trying to get these episodes to be about 20 minutes each. Looks like we've just gone past 20 minutes, so I'm going to call the episode there, guys. I hope you enjoy this. I'm a big fan of these games, and it's kind of all coming back to me really, really nicely as well, so cool. I will see you guys later in the week for another episode of Zeus, Master of Olympus.